Pupils! Welcome to our November virtual field trip. So our virtual field trip series was created to show students all over Nova Scotia all of the fun and interesting jobs that are happening right here at home in the green sector. So we call these green careers, and the best part about a green career is any career can be turned into one. So in this episode, we're highlighting green education. So we'll be joining Nova Scotia school teachers as they take part in the Atlantic Science Teachers Environmental Education Convention at one of our favorite places, Shubenacadie Wildlife Park.
Hi, I'm Heather from the Shubenacadie Wildlife Park. And here today we have teachers coming to the park to learn about environmental education and to bring nature into their classroom. It's all part of the Environmental Education Science Teachers Conference.
So you guys may remember a day off of school back in October while you were home relaxing. Your teacher was actually learning. So our teachers are always learning too. So this personal development day was actually designed for teachers to learn all kinds of new opportunities, activities, and topics for their classrooms. So these teachers have taken the first step in bringing environmental education into their classrooms. So they're all green heroes who want to share how to take care of the earth with their students. Teachers were able to attend classes throughout the day to learn all about different programs they can bring into their classrooms. There were so many presenters there, but first we'll join our bilingual engagement officer, Sanford.
Yeah, it's a little turbine that river goes right through. Maybe you've seen a dam or something that's creating hydroelectricity. There's a lot of that in Quebec. Biofuel, anyone have a wood stove at home? Nice, yeah. My parents have a wood stove. They use that to heat their home, and that's using biofuel. And sometimes that comes in the forms of like pellets that you kind of pour into a stove. It's not always just wood. Wind, we talked about wind energy. Is the wind ever gonna disappear? No, we'll hope not. We'll have other problems if the wind disappears. Wind will always be there. Anyone want to try and explain what geothermal energy is? Where's that come from? The ground, yeah. But what type of energy? Yeah, it's heat. So we're using heat that comes from the earth, and we can use that to heat our homes.
We also met up with Sasha from Divert, and she had so much awesome information to share with us that we actually decided to interview her for our podcast, Futures. So be sure to check out our podcast channel for that episode super soon so you guys can learn all about her green career path.
Hi, I'm Sasha. I work with Divert Nova Scotia. Divert Nova Scotia is a nonprofit organization focused on creating a culture of waste reduction and recycling in Nova Scotia. And today we are here to present about our new educational resources. We have 3 new videos about climate change, textiles, and ocean plastics. We also have education guides that go along with those, and those are all for grades 7 and 8.
So let's check in with some teachers. So why do you think teachers would want to bring environmental learning into their classroom?
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm from New Minas Elementary School in the Annapolis Valley. And I came here today because I wanted to be out in nature and getting some fresh air and being with my colleagues and learning more about how I can help my kids in primary learn how to explore the outdoors and appreciate where they are in nature. And I've learned a lot today about how everything is interconnected, and that's what I really enjoyed. We've gone through the forest and we've gone through the trails and been on walks, and it was great to explore and notice things and have those quiet moments of reflection, and just to see how the water that we're surrounded by and these beautiful trees and even the places where we put every single foot, they're all interconnected with the animals and the people that are all around us. And it's been a great experience of being with my colleagues out in nature and just enjoying this beautiful land that we live in.
Hi, my name is Kim. I teach grade 1 at Valley Elementary School. I really want to connect my students with nature and have them feel that connection to Mother Earth. and to be able to realize that even though they're very young, that each individual can make a difference. With their footprint on our earth. And today I've learned many different ways to do that inside the classroom and also within environments outside, and how to bring the outdoors in and bring the classroom out. So thank you very much. This was great.
So how can we go to a wildlife park without visiting some of the wildlife? So let's join Bria and learn a little bit about her job taking care of all those critters living in Ducks Unlimited Canada Wetland Centre at Shubenacadie Wildlife Park.
Okay, so right now I'm taking care of some of our critters. So I'm going to take their temperature and I'm going to check the humidity. They have hygrometers in there, and if it's low, I'm going to give them a little mist.
Creatures and plants that live in wetlands need to stay hydrated. So we know different animals and plants live in different habitats based on their species needs. And these critters are used to living in damp spaces with high humidity. So Bria actually needs to mist them throughout the day to make sure that they stay nice and healthy. So it's also super important that their enclosures stay the right temperature. So I know if it gets too cold in my house, I get pretty uncomfortable. So when caring for all these critters, it's important that they're comfortable too.
What's in there?
So this is just water, and I'm just giving a little mist so the plants stay alive, but the humidity's nice and high, so I don't need to do too much.
Okay guys, so this is your warning if you guys aren't a fan of snakes. So we're actually going to meet Piper. The corn snake who lives in the wetland center at Shubenacadie.
Wow.
Wow.
She is long.
Yeah, she's big.
Oh my goodness.
Come here. Oh, come on.
Oh my goodness.
So this is Pepper. And she's a corn snake, so that's where she kind of gets her name. Also, they like not just the coloring, but also like love cornfields and things like that. So yeah, she's pretty long.
Is she native to Canada or Nova Scotia?
No, so she's not. Pretty much like south of New Jersey, down the Dakotas, like all the way to Florida. She's pretty common, but definitely like a warmer climate. So we keep her nice and warm at the lamp. And she loves to come out. She's pretty curious. So they stick their tongue out like that because she's smelling. So she's wondering what's up, having a little sniff.
Was she a pet? That's like,
Yeah, so she's the only like animal we have in here that we bought. So they had a surrendered snake before Pepper. And so when I believe it was he passed away, they got Pepper. We use her like just for educational purposes. So snakes aren't scary. We don't have any venomous snakes here in Nova Scotia. And we can use her for like when we do our census and stuff, because hers, you know, she smells with her tongue, so it's a little different than us. And yeah, she's pretty cool. And of course she's friendly, so we can sometimes we let the kids like pet her like this. If you guys want to touch, you can feel. They're also not, like, people think they're slimy, and they're not. I kind of say it feels like a laminate floor.
Yeah.
Very, very similar. Yeah. So the only time we don't take her out is when she's about to shed, because her eyes will get cloudy. So they have, essentially they shed their eye caps over her eyes, so it'll get very cloudy. And then she'll shed them off, so she can't see very well. So sometimes she doesn't like to be taken out when she can't see well. And then right after she eats, because we want to let her digest her food. And she can poop on you, which she has pooped on a couple of people here, so.
If you guys have watched our virtual field trip from last spring on green conservation, you guys may recognize Katie from Ducks Unlimited Canada in this next clip.
You're doing, Katie.
Yeah, so we just went critter dipping out on the dock, and we caught lots of different macroinvertebrates, aquatic macroinvertebrates. So I've got a couple here that I wanted to take a closer look at. So I've got my microscope. It's connected to our TV. It's called a micro eye, and basically this allows us to really zoom in and see some of our critters. So right here we've got our dragonfly, our baby dragonfly. This is the nymph stage. There he is. So you can see his legs. Oh, his head is speedy. Oh, we can also see some copepods here as well, if we look closely enough. So yeah, lots of critters, lots of biodiversity.
Awesome.
That sums up a fun and empowering day at the environmental education event. Presenters from various environmental education programs were on site presenting their awesome environment-focused lessons, their environmental books and lesson plans, tons of things to support teachers in becoming green educators.